Love Thank You for Saying No? Want more episodes? Short on time? We got you. We're starting a weekly drop of shorter Thank You for Saying No interviews called Rejection Reflections. Every Monday morning, we're going to release a 10-minute or less episode. These are impromptu interviews with people who have an inspiring thank you for saying no moment. That means we record these episodes anywhere and everywhere. I hope they inspire you and help you to start your week off on a positive note. Hey everybody, it's Kenya, and this is the Thank You for Saying No podcast, where we find meaning in life's unexpected turns. Hey everybody, I'm here with Les from the Balanced Black Girl podcast. Do you want to tell everybody what that's about?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me. So, Balanced Black Girl is all about approachable wellness that's not overly biohacky or unattainable. It's about ways that we can all feel well from where we are.
Oh, I really like that. What is an episode that has really stuck out to you that you did?
Yeah, I would say the past few years in January for New Year's, I've done a series called Reframing the Reset. I did it in 2022 and 2023, all about getting our habits in order. And those have been some of my most popular episodes that people love going back to.
I really like that because on the show, Thank You for Saying No, we kind of talk about that too. And sometimes our no's are from us.
Yes.
Where we have to like put a pause to everything else and reset and figure out what's next.
Yes,
wow.
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to know your Thank You for Saying No moment in your life and how you're thankful for it now, what it taught you, what it led you to.
Yeah. So prior to podcasting, I had kind of a failed career as a fitness blogger and fitness influencer.
Oh, wow. We love that here.
Yeah. I spent about 4 years creating fitness content and doing workouts and recipes and trying to build a blog and trying to build my social media. And it just never really worked out. It never really popped off. And I got really frustrated and ended up walking away and felt really down on myself about it and felt like a total failure. But when I took time away from creating that kind of content, that was when I had the idea to start my podcast. And when I started my podcast, it was aligned from day one and has helped so many people. And so I think if I wouldn't have walked away from that, trying to be a fitness influencer, trying to be a fitness blogger, I wouldn't have been able to do podcasting.
That's so awesome. We talk about here how when we're trying something and it's not necessarily working and we keep like hitting the door, hitting our head, hitting our feet, like sometimes it's good to take a step back for a second and think about, well, let me reassess the landscape here.
Exactly.
And it sounds like that's what you did. And Balanced Black Girl is so relatable and people, they just love you.
Oh, thank you.
And I think as a podcaster too, I think it's so inspiring how you get so open and vulnerable, and I think that's really what attracts people to the podcast is like your story and your journey and being able to follow that.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. When you were transitioning, like in that transition moment from it didn't work out to finding Balanced Black Girl, how did you find it?
Yeah, I had taken some time off and I thought that I was just going to stop creating content altogether.
Yeah.
And I started getting messages from women being like, hey, Les, when you're not posting, I don't see other Black women or other brown women posting about wellness in my feed.
Wow.
And so I thought, okay, maybe I can create something where I introduce this audience to people who they can follow.
Yeah.
And so that was when I had the idea to do the podcast and took it from there.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. And so what advice would you have to anyone listening who is thinking about creating something new and maybe running into a wall about something else? Like what advice would you give to someone in that space?
I would say to keep creating, even if the first thing you create isn't the thing.
Yeah.
I think just the act of creating and trying can lead you to what is the thing.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been awesome to have you here.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Follow and subscribe to the Thank You for Saying No podcast, and you'll get every episode as soon as it's released.